from heaven as a certainty, saying, I began to behold Satan already fallen like lightning from heaven. Luke 10. 1, 17, 18. In Luke 11. 36 the Greek word for lightning pe refers to the light or flashing of a lamp. Like possibly from a root meaning take. A man of the tribe of Manasseh who is named third in the list of Shemaiah's sons. 1 ch 7. 19. Lily. The Hebrew term shan and its corresponding Greek equivalent krinon, both rendered lily, probably embrace a great variety of flowers, such as the tulips, anemones, hyacinths, irises, and gladioli. According to Kuhler and Baumgartner, the Hebrew designation is derived from an Egyptian word meaning big flower. Lexicon in Veteris Testamenti Libros, Leiden, O Textoi Acute Muritra Longo, line 256 has been suggested that Jesus probably had the anemone in mind. However, he may simply have been referring to lily-like flowers in general, as may be inferred from the fact that lilies of the field is used in parallel with vegetation of the field. Mount 6. 28-30. Luke 12. 27, 28. The significance of the expressions the lily, the lilies, appearing in the superscriptions of Psalms 45, 60, 69, and 80, is not known. Lime. A substance, white when pure, that is prepared by burning forms of calcium carbonate such as limestone, shells, or bones. Am2. One abundant in the Mount Venus region of Palestine, limestone was converted into lime calcium oxide by burning fragments of limestone in conical or cylindrical lime kilns. In ancient times lime heb. Sid was a principal ingredient in mortar and was used for plastering walls and for whitewashing walls, graves, and so forth. La 27. 4. S13. 10. Mount 23. 27. Act 23. 3. The Bible also uses the burnings of lime figuratively to represent destruction. Isla 33. 12. See kiln. Linen. The thread or cloth made from flax. X 25. 4. JG 15. 14. Among the Hebrews, most garments were either woolen or linen. La 13. 47. PR 31. 13, 22. Ho 2. 5, 9. A mixture of the two materials was prohibited by the law for non-priestly Israelite garments. De 22. 11. Other items made from linen included belts. J 13. 1. And sails. As 27. 7. The Israelites, although evidently manufacturing their own linen, imported some linen from Egypt. PR 7. 16. Linen varied in quality, as is indicated by scriptural references to fine linen and fine fabric. As 16. 10. 27. 16. The wealthy, kings, and men of high governmental station wore linen of a superior quality. G 41. 42. 1 ch 15. 27. As 8. 15. Lu 16. 19. Jesus' corpse was wrapped in clean, fine linen by Joseph, a rich man of Arimathea. Mount 27. 57-59. Fine linen yarn spun by Israelite women was used in making the 10 tent cloths of the tabernacle, the curtains separating the holy from the most holy, the screen for the entrance of the tabernacle, and the hangings of the courtyard as well as the screen of its gate. X 35. 25. 36. 8, 35, 37. 38. 16, 18. Fine twisted linen was also used in the high priest's girdle, ephod, and breastpiece. X 39. 2, 3, 5, 8. Robes of fine linen were likewise made for the other priests. X 39. 27-29. In the case of curtains and garments for use in the sanctuary, it seems that linen was the basic cloth used and that dyed wool and gold were embroidered on for decorative effect. X 35. 35. 38. 23. Figurative use. Babylon the Great is depicted as being arrayed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, representing luxury. Re 18. 16. But in the case of the Bride of Christ, the fine linen of her apparel is clearly said to represent the righteous acts of the holy ones. Likewise the heavenly armies are shown clothed in white, clean, fine linen, indicative of their carrying on war in righteousness. Re 19. 8, 11, 14. See also Dar 10. 5. Re 15. 6. Flax. Linus Linus. A Christian in Rome named by the Apostle Paul as sending greetings to Timothy. 2t4. 21. Irenaeus, born about 120,140 CE, and others after him have identified this Linus with an early overseer of Rome who bore the same name, but this identification rests merely on tradition. Lionheb. R-middle.u. Ari. Bla-middle.6. Blaish. Shachal, young lion. Kephim and young lion. Levi middle.u, lioness. Aramaic, R-middle.u. Gr. Laon. A large, tawny-colored mammal of the cat family having a long, tufted tail. The distinctive shaggy mane of the male begins to grow when the animal is about 3 years old. Although now extinct in Palestine, anciently lions were very plentiful there. They were found in the area of the Antelope and on range Kafur. 8. The thickets along the Jordan. 49. 19. 50. 44. Zek 11. 3. And in the land of distress and hard conditions, that is, the wilderness to the east of Judah. Is 30. 6. Compare 8. 15. There were times O textoi acute muritra longo, lions peer 257 10 will roar. The terrifying sound is calculated to cause a stampede to break down the protective fence and to isolate individual animals from the flock. The animal does well in its pacing. PR 30. 29, 30. Its strength is proverbial. JG 14. 18. PR 30. 30. A single blow from the lion's powerful paw is enough to break the neck of a small antelope. The lion can kill and carry animals larger than itself, and its short, strong jaws are equipped with teeth of sufficient strength to break large bones. PS 58. 6. Joe 1. 6. Issa 38. 13. Little wonder that the lazy man is depicted as excusing his failure to act with the words, "There is a lion outside." PR 22. 13. 26. 13. However, being carnivorous, lions may perish for lack of prey. Job 4. 11. See also PS 34. 10. And a live dog, although despised, is better off than a once majestic but now dead lion. EC 9. 4. The lion generally spends part of the day sleeping in its lair and does most of its hunting at night. In procuring its food, the animal either resorts to ambush or stalks its prey until close enough to make a short rush. Job 38. 39, 40. PS 10. 9. Or 3. 10. Then it can move in at a speed of about 65 km/h 40 miles per hour. In order to gain necessary experience in killing prey, lion cubs begin to accompany their mother on hunts when 3 months old. They are weaned after 6 or 7 months, reach sexual maturity in their 4th year, and attain full physical size in 6 years. S19. 2, 3. Lions have long been hunted by man. Pits and nets were employed to capture them. S19. 3, 4, 9. In ancient Assyria, hunting lions was a favorite sport of the monarch. Either on horseback or in his chariot, the king, armed with bow and arrows, pursued the lions. Picture, Volume 1, p. 955. Hungry lions were anciently used to inflict capital punishment. Protected by Jehovah's angel, the prophet Daniel escaped this fate. Dar 6. 16, 17, 22, 24. Compare Heb 11. 33. In the 1st century CE, the Apostle Paul was delivered from the lion's mouth, either literally or figuratively. 2t4. 17. Ornamental and figurative use. Engraved lines ornamented the side walls of the copper carriages designated for temple use. 1 Chi 7. 27-36, and the figures of 12 lions lined the steps leading up to Solomon's throne, in addition to the 2 lions that were standing beside the armrests. 1 Chi 10. 19, 20 Also, the temple scene in vision by Ezekiel was adorned with cherubs having 2 faces, one of a man and the other of a maned young lion. Es 41. 18, 19. Most of the scriptural references to the lion are figurative, or illustrative. The entire nation of Israel knew 23. 24. 24. 9, and individually the tribes of Judah Ge 49. 9 and Gad 33. 20, were prophetically compared to lions, representative of invincibility and courage in righteous warfare. Compare 2 17. 10. 1 Ch 12. 8. PR 28. 1. Jehovah likens himself to a lion in executing judgment on his unfaithful people. Ho 5. 14. 11. 10. 13. 7-9 And God's foremost judicial officer, Jesus Christ, is the lion that is of the tribe of Judah. Re 5. 5 Appropriately, therefore, the lion, as a symbol of courageous justice, is associated with Jehovah's presence and throne. As 1. 10. 10. 14. Re 4. 7. Because of the lion's fierce, rapacious, and predatory characteristics, the animal was also used to represent wicked ones. PS 10. 9. Persons who oppose Jehovah and his people. PS 22. 13. 35. 17. 57. 4. J 12. 8. False prophet says 22. 25. Wicked rulers and princes. PR 28. 15. Zep 3. 3. The Babylonian world power. Dar 7. 4. And Satan the devil. 1 PE 5. 8. And the 7-headed, 10-horned wild beast out of the sea, which derives its authority from Satan, was depicted as having a lion's mouth. Re 13. 2 at Psalm 91. 13 The lion and the cobra seem to denote the power of the enemy, the lion being representative of open attack and the cobra of underhanded scheming, or attacks from a concealed place. Compare Lu 10. 19. 2 Cootextoi acute muritra longo, lip 258 stone. Dar 6. 17 It was evidently a sunken or underground place, for Daniel was lifted up out of the pit. Dar 6. 23. Lip. Being a part of the mouth and having much to do with formation of words, lip heb. Semiddle.far. Gr. K loss is used figuratively for speech or language. PR 14. 3. 1 Co 14. 21 and is occasionally used in parallelism with tongue. PS 34. 13. PR 12. 19 and with mouth. PS 66. 14. PR 18. 7 Before the confusion of language at Babel, all the earth continued to be of one language literally, lip and of one set of words. GE 11. 1, 6-9. The same usage is employed at PS 81. 5. ISA 19. 18. God promised through the prophet Zephaniah to give to peoples the change to a pure language lip. Thus they would unitedly speak in praise of Jehovah and his righteous purposes by Christ Jesus. Zep 3. 9. Compare PR 12. 19. The lips are no sure index of what is in the heart, since they can be used by the individual to utter hypocritical speech. Mount 15. 8 However, the lips cannot hide the true condition of the heart from God. Heb 4. 13, and they will eventually bring forth what is in the heart. PR 26. 23-26. Mount 12. 34. Moses wanted to excuse himself from speaking before Pharaoh, because he was uncircumcised in lips, that is, as though his lips had a foreskin over them on hence were too long and thick to utter speech with ease. He may have had some sort of speech impediment. X 6. 12:30 Isaiah, when called by Jehovah, wished to serve but lamented that he was as good as brought to silence because he, a man unclean in lips, had seen Jehovah in vision, and he was unfit to carry God's clean message. Jehovah then caused Isaiah's lips to be cleansed. Issa 6. 5-7. Compare Job 15. 3. Issa 52. 11. 2 Co 6. 17. Hosea's prophecy encouraged Israel to offer to Jehovah the young bulls of their lips, representing sacrifices of sincere praise. Ho 14. 2. The Apostle Paul alludes to this prophecy when he exhorts fellow believers to offer to God a sacrifice of praise, that is, the fruit of lips which make public declaration to his name. Heb 13. 15. Figuratively, a smooth lip denotes deceptive speech. PS 12. 2, 3 Such lips, as well as harsh or lying ones, can be damaging, wounding deeply like a sword or poisoning like a viper. PS 59. 7. 140. 3. Row 3. 13 A person opening wide his lips is one who speaks thoughtlessly or unwisely. PR 13. 3 It can bring him to ruin, for God holds everyone accountable for his words. De 23. 23. New 30. 6-8. PR 12. 13. Compare Job 2. 10. Mount 12. 36, 37. Liquor, intoxicating. See wine and strong drink. Litter. A portable couch or bed usually covered with a canopy and curtained in on the sides, designed so that a person of importance, either seated or reclined, can be carried about by men or beasts of burden. A palanquin is used in the Orient. The royal litter of King Solomon was made of Lebanese cedar wood, with silver pillars and supports of gold, and with the seat or cushion upholstered in costly and beautiful wool dyed reddish purple. The interior was richly ornamented, possibly with ebony. K3. 7-10, FTN. A bier, or portable funeral couch, for transporting the remains of the dead was known as a somidal.ros. Lu 7. 14. Liver. A large glandular organ in vertebrate animals and man that plays a role in digestion and blood chemistry. In man, the largest of the glands. The Hebrew term for the liver comidal.vedh comes from a root meaning be heavy. The Hebrew scriptures use the word liver most frequently with reference to the livers of animals prepared by the Israelites for sacrifice. X 29. 22. La 3. 4, 10, 15. 4. 9 It was the appendage upon the liver that was made to smoke on the altar. X 29. 13 The commentary on the Old Testament, by C.F. Keel and F. Delitzsch, describes this portion of the liver as the liver net, or stomach net, which commences at the division between the right and left lobes of the liver, and stretches o textoi acute urethra longo, lone 259 course, result in death. The liver's vital role to life is acknowledged in that it is used figuratively in depicting profound sorrow. Bar 2. 11. King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, when looking for guidance as to his military maneuvers, looked into the liver as a form of divination. As 21. 21. See divination. Lizard Heb. Zave. Lizards are four-legged reptiles, generally small, with long tails and scaly skin. The lizard's legs are attached far enough out at the sides to enable it to rest its belly on the ground without folding its feet under it. More than 40 kinds are found in Palestine. They are to be found in trees, in warm crevices of rocks, and on walls and ceilings in homes. The lizard is included among the unclean swarming creatures at Leviticus 11. 29. It is suggested that the Hebrew name for it is derived from a root meaning cleave to ground. The Hebrew and English Lexicon of the Old Testament by Brown, Driver, and Briggs 1980, p. 839 suggests lizard as the translation. Evidently the Hebrew term zav at least includes the agamidae family of lizards, for the equivalent Arabic term dab refers to the Egyptian spiny-tailed lizard Uromastix aegyptius, the largest of the species of agamidae found in Israel. See chameleon, gecko, sand lizard. Lexicons generally suggest that the Hebrew word koach also refers to a kind of lizard. Since the root meaning of the name is power or strength, it may refer to the desert monitor lizard Varanus griseus, a powerful, large lizard. It inhabits dry, sandy desert areas. In Palestine this lizard reaches a length of about 1.2 meters, 4 feet. It is an eater of carrion and is on the list of unclean foods. Law 11. 29, 30. Another creature listed as unclean for Israelite use as food is referred to by the Hebrew word chodashmet, at Leviticus 11. 30. Some recent translations R.S. N.W. render this sand lizard. The sand lizard is possibly a skink. Load. See burden. Loaf. The Hebrew word lachem and the Greek word artos, both meaning bread, are also rendered loaf. 1/10. 4. Mount 14. 17 bread loaves, generally made from barley or wheat flour to Chi 4. 42. Joe 6. 9. Compare X 34. 22 with La 23. 17, or often circular. JG 7. 13. 1/10. 3. J 37. 21. In fact, the Hebrew word kik round loaf literally means something round. 1/2. 36. Of course, loaves were also formed into other shapes. An Egyptian papyrus document mentions over 30 different forms of bread. Ancient specimens from Bible lands include relatively thin round, oval, triangular, and wedge-shaped cakes or loaves and thick, long loaves. See bread. Cake. However, the thick loaves, like those of the Western world, do not appear to have been common in the ancient Middle East. Even today Oriental bread is baked in thin loaves, usually from 1 to 2.5 centimeters 0.5 to 1 inch in thickness, and about 18 centimeters 7 inches in diameter. Since they were relatively thin and, if unleavened, brittle, loaves of bread were broken rather than cut. So in itself there is nothing special about Jesus breaking the loaf used at the institution of the Lord's evening meal. Mount 26. 26, it being the customary way to partake of bread. Mount 14. 19. 15. 36. Mr. 6. 41. 8. 6. Lu 9. 16. Act 2. 42, 46, int. Lo ami lo on me not my people. The name of the second son born by Hosea's wife Gomer. Jehovah commanded that the child be given this meaningful name to show that he had disowned faithless Israel. Ho 1. 8, 9. It has been suggested that this boy was not Hosea's offspring but a child of Gomer's adultery. Ho 1. 2. For when Jezreel was born, it was said that Gomer bore to him Hosea a son, whereas regarding Lo ami it is merely said that she proceeded to become pregnant and give birth to a son. Ho 1. 3, 8. Loan. Anything, especially money, given for temporary use, with expectation of future return or the delivery of an equivalent. Often very high interest was charged in nations of Otex to acute miritra longo, loathsome 260 reasonably be expected to pay interest, as they would also be lending to others on interest. De 23. 20.